1 year ago today, I streamed on the TeejVeen channel for the very first time. And very quickly, I set myself a goal to stream 1,000 hours over the course of 1 year. I told myself that if I streamed 1,000 hours by the time a year had passed, imagine what kind of streamer I could be. I really cared about the craft of streaming. I cared about not only like becoming a successful content creator. Obviously, yes, that's what everybody wants. But I wanted to become the kind of streamer that I looked up to. I wanted to become an electric, awesome, super entertaining stream performer guy. That was my goal. That's why I set the 1,000-hour goal above anything else. We're going to talk about a lot of data points today, but that was the ultimate reason I did that goal. And if you look at the data, the first day I streamed was May 16th, 2025. We'll talk about the viewership in a second. I am well over my 1,000-hour goal. We are almost at 1,020 hours streamed as of today. So yeah, I smashed the goal. And I'll be honest, there were times during the year where I thought like, this is a lot. I hope I can do this. That's one thing I want to stress in this video and in this segment. I want to stress the importance of making and setting goals because it like helps you lock in. But just because you make the goal doesn't make the path ahead of you easy. I feel like some people are going to watch this and they're like, you know, it's going to be like water washing over their brain. They're going to be like, oh yeah, this guy streamed for 1,000 hours. And they aren't really going to appreciate like how much hard work went into that. Like it's just a thing. Like your brain just accepts it as fact. But like just realize that like each of these blips on this graph was like a day I had to experience. A lot of chatters don't know this, but if you're a fellow content creator or especially a fellow streamer, you know how it feels. You know how each like 3 to 4 hour stream feels. You feel every millisecond. You feel every microsecond of it. In every fiber of your being, you feel it. So yes, it's like a cool looking data point that like looks really cool on a graph, but like, bro, like I was like, some of these days were really hard, man. Some of these days were really freaking hard, but I still showed up. So anyway, I need y'all to know who I am and why any of this matters. And maybe it won't matter to you. Maybe it'll inspire some of you. Maybe it'll piss some of you off. I even made notes for this video. That's how you know I'm serious. I have been posting content online for 20 years. I've talked about this before on stream. Since YouTube started as a platform, since Matt at the zoo posted his video, I was a kid watching that shit. I was a kid, I was making YouTube poops, I was making animations, I was on Newgrounds 2 watching content there. I am an internet content OG. But when I was a kid, I was super self-conscious. I don't have any of those like channels and their content still up. I privated most of those videos or deleted those channels because I was afraid of sharing myself online. I was terrified of it. So I self-sabotaged for most of my early life. And only at the end of 2020, during the pandemic, I was like, okay, this is never going to go away. This is something I really care about. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a content creator. And so I decided to lock in and start consistently posting on my YouTube channel at that time, at the end of 2020. Let me pull that up for you. And I was just posting random videos. I've talked about this before on stream, but like this is our stream anniversary. I'm going to give you all the lore dump you never wanted. I was just trying to post like, I think I started a video per day. I was just trying to get out of my own way. Because a lot of people come in here and they ask me for advice. My number one advice to someone who wants to start with content creation is just like set a goal for how often you want to post and just post a video no matter what. Yo, let's watch one butt. You can watch that in your own time. Damn. Anyway, and you can see like even to this day, these videos don't have views. I would guess that most of y'all's YouTube channels, they probably look something like this. Most of your views are like less than 100 views on a bunch of slop that nobody but you cares about. But I made the goal to post a video every day because I am a chronic overthinker and have OCD-like tendencies. And when I don't set goals for myself, I'm like a lot of you here, I self-sabotage. I'm mean to myself. I talk myself out of doing things that I want to do. So this was like the impetus for us even being here. Now, why am I talking about something that happened 6 years ago? Because it matters. I need y'all to understand. A lot of people come in here and they're just like, wow, TeejVeen, you're so cool and effortlessly funny. It's like, dude, I've been working on this for years. I have been toiling to no one for years. I need you to understand what I have gone through because some people are only seeing like the modicum of success that we're experiencing in this past year. And they're just like, wow. And it's like, dude, if you understood the effort it took us to get here, you would not think what you think. So I was doing that. I was posting on YouTube back at the end end of 2020. I burnt out a few times because it was just like, it was too much. I was caring too much about the videos. I eventually scaled back to like posting once a week. Then my computer blew up, so I stopped posting entirely. And then eventually I had a Twitch stint in the middle of 2021. I streamed for like a few months, but as you can see, it was like not like a thing. I streamed for a few months. This is when, if you've been in my streams before, this is when I was streaming Skyrim, Danganronpa, Earthbound, just random stuff. I didn't really understand what streaming was. I was just like, I'm just gonna try a bunch of stuff and maybe I'll be a streamer guy. This was the height of the pandemic when everybody, I think, was like starting streaming for the first time. So yeah, I streamed for a few months there. It was fine. I think if I stuck with it, I probably could have made it work, but I gave up, as you can see, after a few months. But then later in 2021, I had gone through like my third phase of being burnt out on like my regular posting on my YouTube channel. And then finally I had this idea. I was like, okay, I've been posting a lot of like commentary, like random like vlog style stuff. What if I post like a game challenge series? I had this idea. Dragon Ball Z Boo's Fury, the Legacy of Goku games are some of my favorite games all time from when I was a kid. I was like, okay, let me just do one of those game challenge videos that everybody does. And this was the first time I got like over 1,000 views on a YouTube video. So I just started doing that. This was the first time my YouTube video, like I think I had less than 100 subscribers when I did this. Also, spoiler alert, I burnt out on this. I was posting one video per week, but I was putting so much effort into these edits, which I think a lot of content creators now are doing. You guys think that like if you put a lot of effort into YouTube videos, it's good? That is like such a quick recipe for burnout, man. Like right around here, I finished like my second challenge series. I burnt out and I literally like stopped posting regularly for like the next 2 years on this channel. I spun my wheels out from under myself. I think it was a bit of fear of success as well. And so I think at around 300 subscribers, like my channel was finally growing at like a bit of a steady rate. I didn't have any energy left to give because I was spending too much effort on making the videos. The post-production was a real bottleneck for me, but I was still making content. So this was around like the end of 2021 going into 2022. I then started streaming with one of my best friends and roommate, Austin. We started this channel called Left Stage Arts. We actually started this towards the end of me like posting those DBZ challenge series, and we learned how to speedrun Cuphead. We speedran Cuphead No Major Glitches co-op. We learned how to do that from zero on stream. We streamed some other games too. We streamed on this channel together for a year and a half. We have 24 subscribers. We had some very loyal and dedicated fans. This is like not on this graph though. This is not on this graph. This whole like spot here, I was streaming to an audience of less than 10 people on any given day, usually 2 or 3 if we were lucky. That's what was happening. And Austin was right there with me, man. We were trying to make that work together. We had all kinds of conversations like, oh, you know, let's post content, da 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 da. And we just couldn't really get the traction that we needed. But I stand by, if you were there for those streams, or if you go back and watch some of these VODs on the Left Stage Arts channel, it's electric, bro. It was great. And it was helping me build my craft for being a streamer over hundreds of hours that most of you are just never going to see, which is really sad, but it's just kind of the truth of the matter. Then, near the end of this Left Stage Arts grind, my other friend, Quinn, me and Austin talked to Quinn, which by the way, Quinn is also like, he's doing the same thing as me right now. For the past year, he has been streaming regularly. We both kind of inspire each other. We collab sometimes. We're going to be doing the second episode of our Hardcore Minecraft series very soon. Definitely go check out Quinn. Definitely go subscribe. He is awesome. He is currently playing Binding of Isaac as his main game. You should check him out. Anyway, me and Austin start talking to Quinn and we decide, hey, we're all trying to make this content thing work. What if we all join forces and work together? And thus, BOGO Boys is born. BOGO Boys is born. The channel BOGO Boys with a Z at the end, like Dragon Ball Z. It's all connected, bro. This is our group channel. And most people don't know about this because recently it has been deprioritized, bro. It has been deprioritized because me and Quinn are so focused on trying to stream and trying to grow our individual platforms, but we still have plans for this channel. So go subscribe to BOGO Boys. It is not over. There are some good videos here. We paid editors for these videos. We paid thumbnailers. It was a lot of work, but over the course of that year, after Left Stage Arts, I started learning more about the process of making like high quality YouTube videos, of working with editors, of working with artists. Albeit all of it was through Quinn because Quinn actually knew this, but suddenly I was learning more about content creation as a beast, transferable skills that eventually would help me with TeejVeen. So we've gotten through BOGO Boys. A lot of life happened at the end of 2024. I've talked about it on stream before, but here, I'll talk about it in not so vague terms. At the end of 2024, very suddenly, my dad passed away from a stroke. And so I had to like process that. I was still working at my software engineering job. I was working at that job for 4 years. And just like the next 6 months of my life, I'll be honest, really sucked. They really, really sucked. I was like dealing with grief. I was dealing with like my job that I was working out was kind of like going belly up. Like it was not doing well. And my long-term contract was ending at my job. It was a really, really hard time in my life. But, and here's my natural plug, I was in therapy. I was in therapy. If you aren't in therapy, go to therapy. That's the only time I'm going to say that. Go to therapy, get the help you need. I appreciate the condolences and all that stuff in chat. If you've ever had to deal with grieving a loved one, my heart goes out to you and all the best to you. It's something none of us are going to be able to avoid in the whole course of our life, right? You're going to have people who are with you that mean a lot to you, and they're going to leave you one day. It sucks, but part of losing my dad taught me that I wanted to be able to build something that I was able to fill my own love and passion with, to be able to share with others. And to be honest, when I talk about like when I was going through these ebb and flow periods with this channel, y'all, the only person who was like reaching out to me regularly when I was posting maybe a video once every 6 months was my dad. He would text me sometimes and be like, hey, so when are you going to post your next YouTube video? When are you going to post your next YouTube video? He was insistent. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm not really doing that right now. I'm doing this left stage art stream with my buddy Austin. When's your next YouTube video? When's your next YouTube video? Yeah, I'm not really doing that right now. We're doing BOGO Boys with my friend Quinn. When's your next YouTube video? When's your next YouTube video? And he kept saying that because I think he knew over the course of my whole life, these 20 years of just like watching me watch content and see how much I cared about it and posting it and making it, he knew how much this meant to me better than I did. He knew. And so I'm not trying to flex on anybody. I hope that y'all have someone loving and caring who like is looking out for your best interests in your life. Damn, Teej, you got to grow that mustache back. Bro, you rock that. Thanks, man. That is not on topic, but thank you. But like, the love has to come from somewhere. It has to come from somewhere. So my heart goes out to anybody if you don't have like a loving person in your life to like remind you of who you are and to get out of your own way. I'm sorry. And if what I'm saying stirs anything in you right now and that's like the inspiration and motivation you need, maybe that's enough. That's kind of the place I'm coming from with being a content creator and streamer is like, I want to be able to give people that love and care and attention to understand that their life can be what they want it to be. They can build it. They can follow their dreams. Even if it feels hard. Look, I posted like a random freaking video right before I started TeejVeen, 56 views. Like, it's just like, I really just thought that I had hit something here and I was fully mind blocked. I had no idea what to do. I felt so stuck and I was just dragging my feet. And now, to be fair, I was procrastinating in a very productive way. I was procrastinating by creating stuff with my friends, creating stuff with my loved ones, and still working towards what I would call my overarching goal, which was to make cool content. But, you know, I had kind of let this channel atrophy. I had kind of given up on it, even though I had put so much blood, sweat, and tears over the course of these couple of years. I had just been like, okay, through some way, I had developed something in my head where I was like, it's not going to happen. I need to stop. I need to stop. I need to redirect my focus and attention to something else. Which brings us to the TeejVeen era. Sorry, that was such a long preamble. I bet most of you have clicked off this video, but if you care about me, I feel like you like it. So yeah, I lost my job that Thursday, and literally, it's crazy, chat. When life throws a bunch of crap at you, it's amazing what will immediately jump to the surface. I lost my job on this Thursday, May 15th last year, and literally what immediately jumped to my head, this channel had stalled out. I was still dealing with all that stuff. I was like, okay, I need to fricking follow my dreams, bro. I'm going live tomorrow. And it's like, I'm sure content creators can relate to this. You have like a million ideas at your head at any given time. I was like, okay, whatever. I want to stream. What's a good thing to stream? I was speedrunning Cuphead with my friend Austin. I want to learn how to do a solo speedrun thing. Literally, I titled my first stream May 16th, 2025. I lost my job, so I'm going to learn how to speedrun Super Mario 64. And as you can see, honestly, W pop off. Not a GD reference. Oh my God, don't look at this video, please. Please don't look at this video. Go watch it on your own time. So I started with Super Mario 64. Not bad, to be fair, at this time. Let me look at my graph really quick. Sorry, this is important context. And we're getting subscribers right now. We're almost at 10,000, which is crazy. This time last year, chat, I had 424 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So, sorry, I probably should have started with that because it would probably make people want to listen to me more. This time last year, I had less than 500 subscribers. And now we're almost at 10,000. So you can, probably some of it is luck, but probably this guy who is rambling and yapping at you right now may have figured at least something out. So maybe what I'm saying right now at least might have some form of value to you. Just consider it. Just consider it. I'm not saying that to flex. I'm saying, like, I'm trying to help people right now. I think a lot of people want to make content, but a lot of you are stuck in this, or you're even in the before phase here. Like, bro, this was the first 6 months of TeejVeen was me like, oh, I'm at 500 subs, 600. Like, again, we're looking at what I started this video with. This is a graph. It's easy to look at this. Each of these days was hard work and toil. I was streaming 5 days a week. I had a goal to stream 5 days a week, going back to I wanted to stream 1,000 hours by this time next year. I decided to stream 5 days a week in order to satisfy that goal. And then I also told myself that I had to post shorts.
If you want to fully support Teej, go to Twitch.
Thank you, Red Tomato Man. Yes, hop over to Twitch if you want to support me in the best way. I appreciate that. What I had learned from the Left Stage Arts era, chat, and this is why this is all important. Austin and I streamed on Twitch for a year and a half. We didn't really post that much. And as a result, our channel never grew. We weren't posting across platforms. We weren't multi-streaming. We were just putting our head down, putting the raindrops in a bucket, doing our due diligence. It didn't freaking move the needle, bro. So that was part of like what spurred me into action for TeejVeen was I was like, okay, if I'm streaming this time, I know what I got to do. I got to post a bunch. And this is no new advice. Like every streamer, I think, in this day and age says this. It's 2026. You need to be multi-streaming. You need to be making as many shorts as possible and cross-posting those across every freaking platform that has shorts. You just need to. If you want, and this, like, bear in mind, streaming 5 days a week, posting 5 shorts a week, I was growing steadily, but I was not growing at like this massive explosive rate. This is like, look, this is May. Like, don't get me, like, this is great. This is great, but it's taken a second for the freaking ignition to happen, right? So that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I say this with GD too. You have to just like stay consistent and trust the process. Cause you just never freaking know, man. You really never freaking know. So sorry, I know I'm jumping in a million places. I started with Super Mario 64. And pretty shortly, I was just arbitrarily counting the days. I was like, day 2, I lost my job. I'm learning the speed run. Day 7, I lost my job. And then somewhere around the middle, I was like, okay, can I get a sub 20 in Super Mario 64 before I hit day 30? By the way, life's very funny. Today is day 30 of Bloodbath. Day 30 of our Bloodbath grind. Do you see the pattern? I started out, my first TeejVeen grind was a 30-day grind on a very hard game trying to do something that a lot of people weren't sure if I was going to be able to do it. No, I'm not talking about a week ago. I'm talking about a year ago. W lore, I'm glad you see the vision. I was always meant to be a freaking geometry dasher, bro. Will we play Bloodbath? You better believe it, we're playing Bloodbath today. It's just interesting, man. And I was trying other stuff. I tried Celeste for the first time, and that also popped off. So, like, I owe my TeejVeen stream life, I owe to 3 games. Super Mario 64, Celeste, and Geometry Dash. In no particular order, those 3 games have made me who I am today. And I have a lot of people who are only here to watch me for Super Mario 64. I salute them. A lot of them don't watch anymore, is what it is. I have a lot of people who are a part of my community during the Celeste. They only wanted to watch Celeste. I salute them. They don't really come here anymore, is what it is. However, Lipton's one of my mods, and he's been here since Celeste. We have a few people who have stuck it out. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I was fixated with like speed running a game. I was like, how fast can I 100% Celeste? I was just trying a bunch of stuff. I did my first ever Nuzlocke Soul Link with Quinn. By the way, this is a crazy example of like, look, if you do content creation long enough, and this is something Quinn's taught me, like ideas are a dime a dozen. Like you'll come up with an idea and someone else comes up with it. You can feel some type of way about it. It's not that deep. But like literally, Quinn and I decided to do this, and within a month, so we did the Soul Link, and literally within the month, maybe within a few weeks, that was when like this big like streamer meta happened where everyone was doing Nuzlocke Soul Links. I'm just saying, because some people might see this after the fact and be like, oh, they were just following the meta at the time. No, bro. We literally decided to do this right before. That's how you know you're plugged in. When you predict stuff that the big streamers are just about to do before them, that's how you know you're plugged in, dude. Anyway. Self-glaze, self-glaze. Doing that, doing Super Mario 64, collabing with Quinn, doing Celeste. Celeste is still working. I was juggling Super Mario 64 and Celeste, trying to make it work. Doing modded Celeste. I tried out Undertale. Undertale also blew up and did really well. If you want to, all of these VODs of my TeejVeen journey over the past year, they are all up. You can watch every day of the journey. You can see every passing minute, every passing hour that made me the streamer I am today. Yes, Undertale. I played all of Undertale. I played every route, not like all the like the super optional stuff, but the main routes. Yes. How fast can I beat Undertale for the first time? I think I did the neutral route. How fast can I get True Pacifist ending for the first time? How fast can I get Genocide ending for the first time? Also, yes, I used to not wear my hair with bangs. Forehead jump scare. I played Banjo-Kazooie. I don't know what the hell I was doing. Those were some of my worst streams. If you want to laugh a bit, I was really pissed off during the Banjo-Kazooie era. I did Deltarune. Those were also kind of rage bait streams. I changed when Silksong came out, I was literally one of the people who couldn't play it. Most of this stream is just stuck stalling because I can't get into Silksong. I think we played Silksong maybe 20 minutes and I was like, oh, this isn't a good stream game. I'm ending. The Silksong stream was something. It was a movie, bro. We played Balatro. We played Ultra Kill. We did a drawing stream with Quinn. I beat Minecraft for the first time because my stream, look, I have bangs now. My stream was completely backseating me. Celeste speedrunning. Undertale Yellow. Undertale Yellow was one of my favorite times on stream. I like Undertale Yellow more than Undertale. Shocking fact. I did Terraria with Quinn. No, I'm not a human. Soma. Dude, the Soma streams were tough. I know some of you are probably just like, wow, TJ probably really had his feet under him at this point. Bro, this is one of the most frustrating things about being a small streamer and trying to do variety stuff. And I think this is why I finally learned to lock in on one game, a la Geometry Dash. You can see me just like trying so hard to make variety work, for my channel work. I'm just not able to scale it yet. I had like maybe like 20 to 30 average viewers. Most of my audience was on YouTube, and that's respectable. That's respectable. Don't get me wrong. If I played Soma, there were maybe 3 people in this stream. Like, I think that's the biggest lesson I've learned from being a streamer. It's nothing personal. It's just like, let me look down the barrel of the camera. The viewers do not care about you. They care about the game they want to watch. They care about the big streamers. But I literally have this theory that I don't think genuinely that the viewers, by and large, care about you as a streamer, as a creator, as a personality until you are massive. Because the kind of audience who cares about a personality, they watch the big streamers. That is the audience. They're watching the big streamers for the personality aspect, not necessarily for the game they're playing. Maybe it's a little bit of column A, column B, but like, it is not your fault as a small streamer if you play a different game other than your main game and your audience falls off a freaking cliff. It's also not your viewers' fault. It's just a fully, wholly different audience. That was really important. I needed to drive that home because I literally, y'all think I'm just watching like big streamers. I'm lurking in some small streamers chats sometimes. And hey, I've said it before on stream sometimes too, but I see some small streamers who are like, they're streaming a game outside their niche and literally out loud to their chat, they're just like, bro, why is no one watching right now? Which is super heavy, super relatable, but like, that's why. It's not your fault. If you do one thing, if there's one piece of advice you take from this video where I've already yapped for 20 minutes and you've already clicked off and you're going to miss this one gem of wisdom, grind one game. Every single successful game-related content creator and streamer, they were originally known for one game. Only one game. If you don't grind one game, nobody can discover you. Nobody can learn who you are. And if nobody can discover you or learn who you are, nobody can start to care about you. That's the number one tip. Everybody wants to do variety. Every single one. I want to do variety. Do I love Geometry Dash? Absolutely. Do I wish I could spark up any stream and do whatever and people still showed up and trust me that I would give them an entertaining time? Obviously. But like you have to take things in time. And that was the problem here during 6 months ago, right before GD. I was trying to scale to variety way too fast. Way too fast. Still doing Celeste, did Amori. This stream was an hour and a half. I straight up was doing some variety for my community. I got 90 minutes into the stream, realized nobody was here, no one was really in chat. This was my first stream where I was like, why am I streaming right now? Sorry guys, I'm not feeling it. I'm gonna end. W mental health. W longevity of a creator. Still doing Celeste. Still doing variety. Did a BOGO Boy stream. What? Crazy. RV there yet. Roblox with Quinn. And then finally, I streamed Geometry Dash for the first time. And it was my first stream that got over 1,000 views. Wow, the GD spike? Yeah. So if you've stuck along with everything I've said so far, you know about my personal history. You know about every factor of the work I've been putting into trying to make content creation work over the past 20 years of my life, trying to figure it out, trying to get out of my own way, trying to figure out how to move the needle. You would also stick with Geometry Dash, wouldn't you? Some of my parasocial viewers, some of my parasocial chatters, they're just like, TJ, dude, like, this is another frustrating thing about being a small creator. You have chatters who are like, you should do whatever you want and stream whatever you want. Cool. You say that in the chat when a streamer is streaming their main game, and then they stream variety, and you don't fucking show up. You're not there. Say what you mean. Your behavior shows something else. If you truly support your small streamer, say, hey, I only want to watch you for your main game, and I'm not going to be there. Don't say this thing that everybody like parrots of just like, you should stream what you want. You should create the content that you want. Bro, I got the receipts. I used to make strictly content I wanted and nobody wanted to watch it. You can't bullshit a bullshitter, bro. I'm sorry. If you want to believe that and you can make it work, Godspeed to you. I am telling you my experience. When I was making content strictly just for me, it didn't work. I hope I'm saving you a lot of time there. There's a give and take with content creation. You have to find what you want to make and what the audience wants to watch. If you ever pull too far one way or the other, that's the rub. That's the problem. And for too long, I just wasn't thinking about the audience. I was a very like, not like narcissistic, but an egocentric artist of just like, oh, if I like it and it feels good.
So close 9,900 subs.
Yeah, literally we could get 10,000 subs today. WTTS. Like at some point you have to stop driving yourself insane. Teej is being so motivational right now. I came with the receipts. I need y'all to understand. I'm not some overnight success. That happens a lot in content creation. Someone like blows up or like they start getting motion and everybody's just like, wow, where'd this guy come from? What a promising young gentleman. I have been suffering, as many of you are right now. I have been a victim of the algorithm, but also of my own self-sabotage. You know, I had to figure out how to scale in a way that like an audience actually cared about. And now I feel like I finally figured that out. It took me years, but that's why I'm outlining all of this. I want to be fully transparent. Bro's ignoring YouTube at this point. That is such annoying engagement bait, bro. I'm making a whole ass video right now, but hey, it worked. Good job. Pat yourself on the back. The streamer noticed you. I'm trying to show you why I make the decisions I do. Because I get people all the time. They're just like, oh, TJ, you should do this. You should do that. Do you guys not understand how insane of a person I have to be to stream 5 days a week, post daily content, 7 days a week, 7 long forms? Sorry, let me just show you what my scale is at now. 7 long, posted yesterday, posted 2 days, 3 days, like posting every single day, a long form. Posting a short for that long form I'm insane. I am an insane person. I am become content manifest. You can choose to ignore me or you can choose to listen to me. Which one do you want to do? I'm insane. My brain has become more content than freaking, I don't know, touching grass and smelling roses. So that's where I came from. That's where I've been. What else do I want to say in this video? Dude, everybody talks about how Jinxie streamed for a year before he started getting motion. I feel like not enough of the younger crowd know about Squeaks, which, by the way, if you don't know him, that's crazy. He's literally one of the top streamers on Twitch. But I know some of my audience viewers younger, so in case you didn't know, he is also an unk who popped off in streaming once he lost his job. Look at this, bro. Here's the graph. Started streaming early 2018. Average viewers. Watch the average viewers. Oh, we're in 2019 now. We're still kind of floating around average 10 viewers. A lot of people like me get used to being completely invisible. You get used to, like, especially in streaming, you get used to like 1 to 10 average viewers. No one talks about this middle part, bro. No one talks about the part of growth I'm in right now, where it's like you've gotten a little initial bit of traction, but you're still kind of, your graph's still like this, bro. Look at this and ask yourself, when I'm saying this, I hope this is clear. This video is not about me. This video is not about Squeaks. It is about you. It is about you watching this right now. When I say these words, when I give you this information, how does it make you feel? How does it make you feel about locking in and achieving your dreams? How does it make you feel about the times in your life where you've decided to talk yourself out of doing stuff that you know that you wanted to do, but for some reason you're just like, the data's not there. Well, look at this data, motherfucker. No motion. No motion. February 2018. Streaming regularly. No motion. 2 years. 2 years straight. Streaming regularly. No motion. What are you doing? That was beautiful, TJ. I'm crying. I don't know, man. I think some people are probably going to think that what I'm saying is corny. And maybe it is. But I think the proof's in the frickin' pudding at some point, bro. The proof's in the frickin' pudding. Look at this. I started streaming Geometry Dash. Wow, why is this lined up so strange? It's genuinely lined up so weirdly. Why is it like that, bro? Okay, well, sorry. I started streaming Geometry Dash December 4th, I think. And even the initial traction from that, I was at over 1,000 subscribers. But look, this is when I started doing reacts. And you can say react slop. But, like, I need you guys to understand. I may have been a bit further ahead than some of you a year ago, but not by much, bro. I remember being there and being like, dude, if I could have 100 subscribers, I would be so happy. I remember what that feels like. It wasn't that long ago for me. And literally, it was a year ago when I had just a little more than 100 subscribers. So life can happen really fast, man. It can also happen a lot faster when you lock in and you just like, you treat this as like data. You treat it as actionable data where it's like, okay, what do people like watching? I need to do more of that. What do people not like watching? I need to do less of that. Look at this. No motion, no motion, no motion, no motion, no motion, no motion. Geometry Dash. Motion, 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 motion. Is it gonna be Geometry Dash for you? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Everybody's channel is different, but you have to keep trying stuff until something works, and then once something works, do that. Hot take, TJ is more popular from the personality than for the videos. I mean, I have to think that you're probably right. But like, you have to understand it's both. I was doing a bunch of stuff and the audience, like, not enough of an audience cared about me until I was doing the right thing. So that is why I implore you, if everything I've just said doesn't scare you, which it should, honestly, if you're intimidated right now and you're just like, maybe streaming and content creation is a lot of actually hard work, especially when you're a team of one person. And maybe I'm insane for thinking that I might even be a little interested in that. I hope that scares some of you off. You have to not want to do anything else, genuinely. And I've felt this passion about it. And even then, it's been freaking hard, dude. It's been hard. And any freaking content creator will tell you the same. This is a grind, bro. And people come in and they're just like, TJ, you should drop Bloodbath. You're not really making much progress. Dude, look at the past year of my life. Look at this. What is Bloodbath? Bloodbath is like a ripple in what my actual goal is being a streamer. Look at this in terms of like game time, bro. If we view streaming as a game, I spent 1,000 hours last year playing Twitch. And that's not counting all the time I spent editing, all the time I spent making thumbnails, all the time I spent ideating, all the time I spent talking to Quinn, talking to people, trying to figure out what's working, what's not working. This is a counted time. Imagine if you could put hours into GD without having the game open. 1K hours streamed is crazy work. I'm glad you see it. A lot of people, they'll make goals for themselves. I want to be a big streamer. But they don't think strategically, man. They don't think, how am I going to get there? So I'm telling you right now, this is how you can get there. You have to lock in. It's 2026. You should be multi-streaming. Minimum Twitch, YouTube. If you can figure out the black magic that is getting frickin' TikTok Live to work, that took me and Quinn a long time, but eventually we also got TikTok Lives up. Do that too. Make shorts first. You don't have to immediately start doing long forms. I didn't. My first few months of the TeejVeen phase, I was just making one short from every stream I did. Post those shorts on every platform that you can post shorts on because you need to get the most bang from your buck. Because you're a team of one person editing a short. Holy God, bro. It sucks if you post that short on one platform and it gets 10 views. It sucks a little less if you post it on 5 different platforms and it gets 10 views on each platform. That's math, bro. Simple arithmetic. Also, it has the ability to pop off on any of those platforms. None of this wisdom, none of this ball knowledge I'm dropping is new, but this is what you have to do. There's no other way. And guess what? You can do all of this strategic stuff I'm talking about, and you'll still fail. You'll still fail. Your graph might still look like this for months. But again, it's what people say. It's the classic, like, luck is when opportunity meets, what is it? I was ready for the luck, bro. I was ready because I was doing all these streams where my goal of streaming was not necessarily how do I get more views today? It was how do I become a more engaging and interesting performer? And guess what? When you're a team of one person, I was talking to Quinn about this recently. As a streamer first creator, you should be thinking, how do I become engaging and entertaining and good enough of a performer that I ain't got to cut my videos down, bro? I'm not saying that that's the ultimate goal, but what does that make your brain do? It starts to change it in a way that I think develops like what makes a streamer brain a streamer brain. That's if you want to be a streamer. If you want to be honestly, my number, sorry, I talked about all this. My number one advice, if you want to become a streamer, become a really successful, massively popular YouTuber first. Become a wildly successful, massively popular TikToker first. That's the actual fast track to growth as a streamer, is do not start as a streamer. Holy hell, I could have ignored so much of the pain and misery of this if I wasn't going from frickin' 400 subs. Sorry, I closed it like a year ago. You know? So if you have the kind of brain where you feel like you can get YouTube working, go for it, bro. I could not get YouTube working. I had to go into the belly of the beast and start from frickin' streaming. Because my brain just lends itself to streaming more. Streaming makes sense to me. The art of a good YouTube video is still a bit lost on me. Sorry, I wrote a bunch of notes and I don't really know if I covered all of them. Like, I wrote a bunch of notes and I didn't even really stick to them. So yeah, post as much as you can without burning out. And honestly, posting a lot helps you stop overthinking as much. Like, if some of you are scared by the idea that you have to post more, realize that you're scared about posting more because you think that each piece of content has this invisible level of quality that you create for it. Screw it, man. Just post it. But of course, set goals and deadlines that you yourself can actually reach. Don't overwork yourself. Yes, if I was posting a high quality, highly edited, high effort piece of content every single day, I would have burnt out months ago. I'm not doing that, man. I'm just clipping stuff from my stream that my chat likes and throwing it up on my channel. It ain't rocket science, brother. You ain't got to treat it that way. Try stuff, see what works. And yeah. Oh, this is the final quote that I came up with that I think is really important. Goals give direction. Direction guides ideas. Ideas need action. Once you have the ideas that were informed by the direction, that your goals inform the direction, make a video. Go live. If it just exists in your head or on a notepad, it might as well be a ghost. And I will end the video with one last thing. The great philosopher of our time, Kai Cenat, once said, slow motion is better than no motion. I'm still moving kind of slow, bro. But I'm moving. And you can too if you lock in. Best of luck with all your dreams and aspirations in this life. I hope that this didn't come off as a super egotistical me hour. I just want to share as much of myself with you as possible because I genuinely believe if you are watching this right now, I am no better than any of you. I am someone who has self-sabotaged myself and gotten in my own way and overthought my way out of every single problem I've ever had into having another 10 problems when it should have just been one. You can do it. You don't need to hear me say that. You need to feel the part of you inside you that stirs when I say those words, because that's you. When I say stuff and it resonates with you, that is you. It's not me. It's not me. So I don't want anyone to watch this video and take it away of like, wow, I love TJ. Wow, I need to come to TJ every time I need inspiration or motivation. No, bro. It's inside of you. It always has been. Just get out of your own way, lock in, write down your goals, and figure out a strategy to achieve those goals. And life's a lot easier. Did you like that? Don't even pretend like you didn't. You made it that far in the video. Well, did you know that I stream Monday through Friday on Twitch and YouTube, and you could catch me live and get to be a part of the experience when it happens? Also, if you don't care about that, or otherwise you want to see more of the video that you just watched, link in the description to watch the full VOD. Do that, please. I have a black eye because I play basketball sometimes. Bye. Oh.